Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now. All right, Kiefer. Man, I was reading some articles about you, ahead of this, and the most interesting thing, there's a lot of interesting things about your life, but one thing that stood out is you're supposed to be Paul.
Yeah.
Or Emilio.
Well, I'm fucking glad I wasn't Emilio, yeah. Long story short, my ma wanted to name me Paul. And then, I don't know if you know who Kiefer Sutherland is, you do, yeah?
Of course.
The night before I was born, she was watching a film called Young Guns.
Yeah.
And she loved the actor in it, and she's like, wonder what his name is. And then at the end of it came up, obviously Kiefer Sutherland, Emilio Estevez. And then she narrowed it, she's like, I like the two of them names, and thank God. She went with Kiefer and not Emilio, yeah?
For sure. Hey, Kiefer's a pretty sick name. That's a pretty dope name. She kind of like foresaw the future, right? Young Guns is about like gunslinger, outlaw kind of kids.
That was the big guns, baby.
There you go. So you've been out here in Thailand for a few weeks, right? You've been about a month?
Over a month. Yesterday, a month, yeah.
Okay. And, what have you been doing? I know you've been training, but, obviously, but like, what have you been working on? Who have you been working with?
All I've been doing is training. I've been here literally 6 days a week, twice a day. 6 days a week since I got here. I've only taken Sundays off, and I've been doing I haven't missed an MMA class. Obviously, I'm working with Frank, George, Brad. I've been working with Conor McGregor, Woody, and I've been working with Alex Child and Philip, the jiu-jitsu coach. Everyone, all of them. Mainly, obviously, the MMA class with George and Frank and Brad. And Michael Savas as well, he's a fucking beast. I've been working with everyone. It's great because they have 4 coaches on the mat at a time, so I'm kind of getting a bit of work in with everyone, do you know what I mean? And the class are like 2 hours long, so it's been fucking great work the past month, yeah.
Yeah, the last month I've just been seeing you, like you said, just everywhere, like multiple times a day. Just working hard. Sometimes you're even alone in the corner fucking doing strict and conditioning, right? It shows the level of commitment when you can work out alone, right? Without anybody coaching you or even helping you out, right?
Yeah, well, I have a great strength and conditioning coach at home, John Connor, and I've been working with him like 12, 13 years, and he's kind of educated me on how to train, do you know what I mean? So, like, no matter where I am in the world, I know what I'm doing, do you know what I mean? It's not like I'm just winging it, like he has a PhD, he's a very, very, very intelligent man, he's not just like some fucking PT, and over the years he's shown me so much that I have programs, downloaded in my head that if I want to work on certain like back exercise or strength or conditioning or whatever, I can just do, do you know what I mean? And like normally when I'm doing strength training, that's like half a rest day. Like if I do a hard MMA session in the morning, I'm a bit tired, I want to wrestle again, I'll go and I'll do some like deadlifts or pull-ups or whatever, do you know what I mean, just to get something done. So I only really do that once a week, and then I do a hard conditioning once a week as well. Suffering Saturdays we call it at home in the US. So
let's rewind back to the debut, man. There was a lot of things going on in that debut, short notice, Conor flying you out, all the attention during fight week, flying across the world. There's a lot of shit that's going on, right, for a fighter that's short notice. Just take us through, like, what you went through and maybe something that the fans don't know that happened during fight week.
Yeah, well, look, everyone was out there publicly, rewind before that, like, I was going through a really bad patch, and I'm not one to make excuses. I've never, I win a fight, it's great. I lose a fight, I'll always say the better man won, do you know what I mean? The better man won on that night, just because I wasn't the better man, because I didn't have a chance to train or prepare, you know what I mean? And before I got my contract, which was 2 weeks before the fight, I was just going through a really bad time for months before that, and I wasn't really training, I wasn't really taking myself serious, I wasn't in the gym at all, really. I was lifting weights, I was hitting pads maybe once a week, and I was doing bits and pieces, but I was just acting the bollocks. I got a bit fat, I was sitting around, I was lazy, and then bang, congratulations, you're fighting the UFC in 2 weeks. And I was like, it's funny now looking back, because it was like, this couldn't have come at the worst time, but of course it has. And like the old saying goes, or Conor says, you have to stay ready. I wasn't ready, and that's just as simple as that. It wasn't me. That fight that you seen was a piss poor version of me, do you know what I mean? It wasn't actually me. Even when and if you actually watch the fight, funny enough, I'm actually pinging the head off him for the whole round. I won every striking exchange. I was punching him around, and I was trying to reserve my energy because I knew I was going to get tired. I knew the fatigue was going to kick in, and I wasn't as lean or as ready. But You know, the performance was actually all right, and I made an error in the last 30 seconds. I went for a Uchimata against a high-level judokan, Commonwealth champion, and yeah, he countered it, capitalised, took me back and choked me, and that's just the way the fight game goes, you know what I mean? But look, lesson learned, move on. I'm here, I'm improving, I've got better, I took it on the chin, and on to the next one, the real debut.
Yeah, it seems like you're pretty good at you know, pushing things in the rearview mirror and looking forward. Yeah. And it shows in your training, right? When you come out here and you're focused and you're doing everything that you need to do to prepare for your fight.
Yeah.
Now, UFC Manchester, the pay-per-view, you're going to return for your second fight in the UFC. Yeah. You know, how excited are you to be fighting in the UK, man? It must be phenomenal.
Yeah, well, I'm from Ireland now,
Yeah, I know.
It's not the UK, but yeah, no, it's good. Look, I actually thought I was going to be fighting June 29th in Vegas, which is why I came here to prepare. Conor's obviously making his return that night, and it's going to be an amazing night. And it's always been a goal and a dream of mine to share a card with him. He's been my teammate for so long and been in the same gym as him, and you know, he's someone I've looked up to for many, many years. And I'd love to be on a card with him. You know, I said it to him in the gym. I'd love to maybe even open the card. He closes the card. That'd be cool. Do you know what I mean? Get all the Irish in early or whatever. But it didn't play out, didn't work out. The UFC said no, so 4 weeks later at Manchester, yeah. So look, I mean, I'm happy. I'm still in the UFC. I'm happy I get another opportunity wherever it is. Put me anywhere on this earth, and I'm happy that's in the UFC. You know what I mean? So, but it's going to be something else, yeah. It's a 25,000 seat arena, and now the pros of this as well is that all my family and friends can fly over. It's cheap flights, and you know, we can have a buzz and blow the roof off the kid.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. I was thinking it's close to home. You know, people can fly out, show their support, you know what I mean, stuff like that, and yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy. But and also, you know, the big talk is like the time that everybody's going to be fighting, right? It's supposed to be really late at night. What do you think of that?
Yeah, well, funny enough, when they were talking about it initially, I got it wrong. I thought we were fighting early in the morning. I thought they were starting the card at 6 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Airtime. Yeah. So I was thinking, fuck, I'm gonna be walking to the cage at 6 a.m. And that's another thing with Australia. My fight was at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And people didn't know that. Like, I was in the arena at 5:30 in the morning, a.m. And then I made the walk to the cage at 8 a.m. and it was very bizarre because I never train at that. You know, I'm training here at that time now. I'm getting used to it, but like at that time I was all over the place. So I actually don't mind if I'm on the prelims. I could be fighting at like 11 p.m. Midnight, and I've actually fought at midnight before. I fought at 1 a.m. I fought Alex Cowboy Oliveira for that world title fight at 1 a.m. before, and actually it didn't bother me at all. Because it's funny, when you get to the venue at night time, you lose track of time. You don't even know what time it is. So I'd rather fight late at night than early in the morning, put it that way. So I don't really give a shit what time it is, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, that works out for you, man. You fought at 1 a.m. and most guys have never fought, you know, at that time. The opponent coming up, man. What do you think of the matchup and the fighting style that your opponent possesses?
Yeah, it's a good matchup. There was a few people I would have not rather fight, but like it was a list of people that I had in my mind that I thought it was going to be someone from that list, and it was none of those people. And that's just the way the UFC works. They send you an opponent, you say yeah, and that's it. But yeah, he's a high-level opponent. He's a very good opponent. He's tall, he's awkward, he's good everywhere. He actually beat a teammate of mine before. But yeah, no, look, I don't really care either. You know, it can be tall, small, stocky, powerful, grappler. I don't really care. I'm ready to fight, and once I have notice, that's all I ask for. I don't give a shit about the opponent. Once I have time, give me 9 weeks, give me 10 weeks. Let me prepare. Let me get shredded. Let me get in that mode, and I'll walk through anybody. That's the way I feel. Do you know what I mean? So, regardless if he's there on fight night or he's not, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna beat whoever they put in front of me, and that's my mindset now. Yeah.
And you know, you're going to be leaving the island soon, and going back home. What does the schedule look like for you back at home? Who are you going to be working with to, you know, wind down the camp and go to the fight?
Yeah, well, I was kind of like a pre-camp over here, do you know what I mean? I'm here, obviously, I'm over a month now, and I train at SBG Ireland back home. That's been my team for the past 12 years, and all my teammates are there and all my friends, so I have my own selective people that I like to train with and I trust not to injure me, and fucking, you know, they give me the hardest rounds, but they obviously were smart, and we train safe. So that's where I'm going to be most of the time, and obviously I have my coach Jimmy Upton as well. He's my striking coach, and I have my boxing gym and Celtic Warriors, and you know, my strength and conditioning gym in the Irish Strength Institute with John Connor. And I have great people back home to be working with, and I'm very grateful to have a solid team. So I'm looking forward to getting back now and seeing my kids, and I'm just missing them terrible. You know, that's the hardest part about being out here, really. Do you know what I mean? This is great, and it's the life, and I've been literally the blinkers have been on, but it's shit being away from the family, being away from the kids. That's the hard part, but sacrifices must be made.
Yeah, of course, man. You got to sacrifice to do it big.
Hello. Do you want an interview?
You want to talk? We're doing the interview.
What's your name? What's your name?
What's your name? What's your name?
There's no sounds in there.
There's a name. There's name. What's your name?
There's no sounds in there.
We are now.
He's working that. Over here.
She's alright.
It's all good.
She's all good.
It's just kids, man. We all have kids. You have a kid. I have kids.
three kids.
You have 3 kids. I have kids. You know what I mean? So we understand.
Trying to learn voices.
You do.
Yeah, do you want to sing a song? Go on, sing a song. Come on.
All right, so working out here, one thing that's universal.
You're working like trying to practice how to speak.
Yeah, we are. We're practicing.
She's all good.
Okay, so when you come out here, most people say like it's the sparring partners a lot of the time. You know what I mean? They're coming from all over the world. I seen you working with like Zach Reese, who's a UFC middleweight, Johnny Parsons, another welterweight, and a couple other guys, man, that probably are unknown, but you've been getting in good work, man. How has it been?
Yeah, man, it's been hard. Yeah, the level on the mat is really high, and again, you're getting people from all over. I'm working with. It's mad. Like, I'm working with people from all over the world. Yeah, like literally the other day when we were sparring, I sparred one of them was from Czechoslovakia, one of them was from Japan. He only flew in, very good fighter. Yeah. And a few American lads. Thank you. And it's getting great work with everyone, to be honest. But the coaching out here is phenomenal as well. Like Frank has been just teaching me some really, really good shit. You know what I mean? And man, I done a round with Frank. We sparred the other day, sparred twice. And man, fuck me, he can wrestle. Yeah, Jesus Christ, he's a serious wrestler. And I've been learning a lot. After every session, I have a notepad. I've been taking the notes of everything I've been learning, and I go over them at night time, and I've actually learned a lot of new stuff as well. It's sometimes I'm a learner. I love to learn. Do you know what I mean? And I'm learning a lot of new stuff. Yeah. So I'm going to take that forward and improve on that.
For sure. Yeah. And also, I've seen a lot of work with Conor, the boxing coach, Conor McGregor, man, solid dude. You know what I mean? One of the nicest dudes. But like he's coming up in the game right now, man. How is it working with him?
Yeah, Conor's a brilliant coach, very good coach, very experienced in boxing, and Irish lad as well. See, we have an Irish boxing style too, right? So I come from a kickboxing and boxing background. I'm a very high level boxer too. Obviously, I'm doing MMA, so it's hard to fit it all in. I only really box 2-3 times a week, but he's a great coach. We done pads for the first time in Ireland in April when James was fighting, and the first day we done pads, we clicked. It was like we've been doing pads for years. You know what I mean? He's very easy to work with. No bullshit. I'm very skeptical about coaches and pad men and all. There's a lot of bullshitters out there that don't have a fucking clue, and you see them all the time. They think they know how to hold pads, and they just pick them up and they act like they're fucking, Roger Mayweather or something, but they don't know what they're doing. But there's no bullshit about Conor. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. And big time, I can vouch for that. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I've been getting great work with him. Great coach.
Solid combo right there, man. Really good. So you go back, finish your training camp, you head to the UK, Manchester. What can we expect out of you, man? What are you expecting out of yourself? I think that's the most important thing.
Man, I just want to put on a performance of a lifetime. Do you know what I mean? That's all that I expect, really. And I want to be in the best physical and mental shape that I could possibly be in. And just step in there fully prepared and leave it all in there. Do you know, I'm going to go back on the stool, whether it's the last round or whether I finish them, and I'm going to be absolutely exhausted because I'm going to leave every single ounce of me in there if I have to, pieces of me in there if I have to. And that's how much I want this win. It's more than just making the money, and it's more than anything that goes along with the win. It's more so for me. I need to get my hand raised inside the octagon. I won't die happy unless that happens. You know what I mean? And it's a lifelong goal of mine, and that's the way I'm seeing every training session now. Is just get better, improve, get in the best shape I can possibly get in, fully focused. And when I get in there, I'm gonna go at whoever they put in front of me, and it's gonna be hell for them. And that's the way I am right now. Do you know what I mean? I still have 9 weeks. I'm already ready. I could fight next week. I really could. I done 5 as a sparring on Tuesday, and I actually felt sharp. I felt fit, and they were hard rounds now, and I was tired, but I felt good, you know, and that's now. So I still have 9 weeks to go. So I can only sharpen the blades before then, you know what I mean? So I can't wait.
Yeah, man, I can't wait either, man. It's more exciting when you see the fighter like training ahead of the fight, a little bits and pieces like live, and then being able to watch them fight. It's just an incredible experience. I recommend it to anybody that loves combat sports to come any gym that high level.
Yeah, maybe don't do that, because there's nothing worse than when people are just looking at you training. They're not like, what are you doing here?
True.
I see like sparring the other day, and there's people all standing around. I was like, what the fuck are you all doing here? Are you here to train? Are you here to look? You know what I mean? So you nearly charge people to have a look. You know,
that's true.
You know, 50 euro a pop or something.
50 euro. Hey, 50 euro. 50 euro sounds good.
Bob, you know what I mean?
All right, so I just had to ask you the last question. You mentioned Conor earlier. I believe they're fighting at 175 pounds. This fight?
170.
Okay, 170. Welterweight Conor McGregor right now. What does he do to Michael Chandler?
KO's in first round.
First round.
Yeah, I'd put my life on it, to be honest. He's just too sharp, too fast, too experienced. His IQ is just too good. You know, Chandler's very good. He's very fit. He's a great athlete. He's gonna miss, and he's gonna get cracked, and he's gonna get KO'd. That's the way I see it happening. You know, I know people are saying it's gonna be like the Chad Mendes fight. But I don't even think it's going to be like that. I think Mendes done well, got Conor down. I don't think Chandler's going to get near him. I think it's going to be more so like the Aldo fight, but longer, you know. It's going to be him swinging, him missing, Conor countering and cracking him, and eventually sleeping him. You know what I mean? I do. I can't even see it passing the first round. You know, Conor's back in that mode again, and he's scaredy, man, when he's in that mode. You know what I mean? There's no stopping him. So.
Well, UFC 304, man, Manchester, you're back in action. I'm waiting for this fight, man. It's a great matchup for you, and it's gonna be fun to watch, man. You know, you guys both come to bang, so let's see who bangs. You know what I mean?
I'll be banging, yeah.